How's it going? It's Kyle here for another Motivation Monday. And today we're going to talk about motivation in a little bit of a different way. And what I want to start out by saying is that if you're in a slump, if you're in a position where you need to be motivated and you're starting the week out kind of in the dumps, maybe a little depressed, a little overwhelmed by what's going on in your life, what I want to start out by saying is that it's not about you. That if you want to get to a point where you can get yourself out of this negative slump, out of this depression, out of this funk in your mind where you're just so consumed and blinded almost by how you feel, by what you have to face for this week, by whatever's going on in your life, I want to challenge you to think about somebody else. To find today, right now, somebody that you can text, that you can call, that you can say, hey, thinking about you, praying for you, hey, here's a verse. Because when we start taking the focus off of ourselves and start focusing on other people, that's when we also can find that encouragement from what we're sharing with them. And the greatest example that we have of this really is Jesus. We have Jesus who didn't need anything, who was perfect, who had everything that he could ever want or desire. He's God, but he came and he laid his life down for other people. And that's the example that we have from Jesus, and that's the way that we find the path to life. That's where we get to a point where we're not so focused and consumed on ourselves, but when we can start focusing on other people, we really do come to life. And so if you're in that slump, if you're there, I challenge you to do that. I was listening to a podcast recently from this Navy SEAL, and he had just written a book. And there are some good life tips in this book, some things that he learned as a Navy SEAL. And as he had just written this book, he had a box of them sitting on a shelf in his office. He's at the moment of the story, he was sitting on his bed, completely depressed, could see all hope and joy, everything swirling away, because he had just lost a buddy. One of his military guys had just died. And as he's laying there, sitting on his bed, writhing in agony and depression, he looks over and he sees that book. And he realizes that he had put stuff in there for other people to be able to cope with loss, to be able to cope with hardship, be able to find ways to move through challenging situations in their lives. And even though he had written it for other people, he was able to start receiving from it as well. And the fact that he was able to take the pain and the experiences that he had had in his life and put them into a book for other people, just help other people, to focus on other people through their situations, he was able to receive from it in that moment as well. So that's my challenge for you, is to do what the Navy SEAL did, more importantly, to do what Jesus did, and to not think about how does this please me, how does this satisfy me, what can I do to make myself feel better, but to think about other people. How can I serve somebody today? How can I encourage somebody today? Who can I bring a coffee to? Who can I send, Tiffany's treats cookies to? Who can I reach out to, somebody and give something to them to better their day? I promise you, if you do that, if you start thinking about other people, you start finding ways to serve other people and stop thinking about yourself, the joy will start to come up. The purpose and the excitement will start to rise up within you. And that motivation to be able to keep going throughout the rest of the week will start to arise. And so practice those things today. Keep in mind, that again, Jesus, he set aside all of his glory and he endured the cross. And from that, we have a great example of what it looks like to serve other people, and instead of just focusing on ourselves. So hope to see you back here for another Motivation Monday. We have Hope Day Wednesday coming up and Faith Friday as well. So hang in there. We'll see you soon.